Alrighty. So this one's gonna be a little interesting. I want to do some combined knowledge, and then Anthony, I'm gonna call on you a couple times to have you drop some specific knowledge on terms of what some of our supplements are actually made up of, but how we can take that information and utilize it in a way that directly is digestible to the customer. So, for example, previously, just so you kind of see what I'm looking for from you, kind of moving on out, especially because that's where your passion is obviously sitting, so let's maximize that. Grant, please share for me once more just your personal hanging out research, the 3 separate tiers that you discovered amongst our test boosters.
For the majority of our test boosters, my examples being 3Test, Terminus, and MassX, sure. Basically, there's ones that free up your natural test, which are mainly stored in glands for specific distribution when needed. That's 3Test and Precept. And then Terminus is a test booster that tells your body to make more tests. So it's very natural in that way, and it's not even post-cycle. Then there's ones that actually add test and hormones, which is going to be MassX, Hardcore Mass, all of the anabolic products.
Perfect. So the reason why I bring this up is because the statement that Grant just dropped, we can probably simplify 2 more levels down into a way that's directly relatable to goals. Whether it's more, hey, I have a football-oriented athlete coming in here. I know for a fact Terminus is going to be much better for him because the D-aspartic acid is going to directly aid in putting on hard muscle mass. That's going to have that explosive strength behind it. However, my 3Test is going to be a lot better for my track athlete, so that way he has that fast twitch muscle. He's maximizing the testosterone he's already producing, not retaining a lot of water weight, and he's going to be able to maximize the endurance perspective of things. So over time, we can continue to spread that knowledge with our consultants that after they've established that relationship, we have the trusting aspect there, and then they also understand how to apply the products to the individual's life. Then we can become extremely specific, leave no stones unturned, grab that low-hanging fruit, because we understand how to customize each one of our products to different styles of people and the sports they're involved in. Does that make sense? Cool. So I'm looking for you guys to aid me in being the forerunner for this, so that way we can make sure that all of West Coast is on the same page. So what I'm going to open this up with, because we got a team full of studs out here right now, can you guys see my trippy cat?
Yeah, that's good. Cat? That's a cat?
That's definitely a cat.
Oh, it's a cat. I was zoomed in. It just looked trippy.
No, it's a cat. Alrighty, so can you guys read this? So the reason why I'm putting it in front of you, I mean, it's no different than having the employee ranker, except this is pulled from the date range of 5/1 to 5/11. Josh did a phenomenal job of putting it together for us. But this is filtered by individuals that have the highest amount of tickets so far for the month. First thing I'd be worried about, I'm your regional manager. I should not have the most tickets. So you guys got to get cranking. Just kidding. But that being said, moving on down the line, there's a little bit of a color code in association with where we're all being stationed. Now, like I said, it's no different than just breaking down the employee ranker, except this is isolated to the West Coast. So the reason why I put this in front of you guys is because over time this is going to continue to be a rolling aspect with us. So that way we can track continuous growth just like the ranker's doing for us. But we can see here that Ian, as we all know, does a phenomenal job behind what he's able to do. He has 88 tickets, able to maintain a 95% data capture, which is phenomenal for bringing the customers back, 95% on club conversion, $101 for average ticket. And that's on 88 tickets. So consistently just putting the work in. Same aspect with Mr. TJ Fields, who is literally always on fire and hasn't been with the company for a solid 2 years and was able to walk right back into the game. But 68 tickets, 97% data capture, $86 average, a lot of green. So all in association, we got a lot of knowledge on this team. We have the ability to look at numbers. We have the ability to sell some programs. We have the ability to build value. And a lot of us just are tremendous with building relationships. So how are we going to isolate each one of those steps and make sure that everybody's on the same page? So what I want to start with today, before we start diving into the actual pitches behind a couple of our core products, is just a couple best practices from a general sales perspective that I feel we all need to make sure we're consistently revisiting and giving ourselves a reality check to make sure we're not getting big heads and we understand that we have to lead with the service aspect, we have to be genuine, and we have to be able to build relationships. Otherwise, we're not going to have jobs in the future. So first one, I brought this up in our last training webinar, smile all the time. For those of you that had the ability to see Joshua work the floor, you want to poke your head in here? Look at that smile. It's so creepy. Anyway, smile all the time. It doesn't matter if it's open mouth or whatever. If you smile, people are going to be that much more likely to smile with you. We want people's moods elevated inside of our store. We don't want them walking in pissed off because they're looking at thousands of products all over the place. We want them to feel happy, feel like they're in an environment that makes them happy, and we want them walking out happier than they were when they came in. So, key aspect here, happiness. If you're smiling, the whole world's smiling with you. And you got to remember at the end of the day as well, you affect people more than you know. It doesn't matter if it's on the street, you're just walking by or whatever. So, which leads me into my next statement, also brought up on the last call, but lead with a positive statement. I know a lot of the times we're leading with questions. And the only problem with questions is unless we are masters at it, it's where we set the customer up to where they don't have a choice but to answer us directly for what we're looking for, there's possibility that we're going to get shut down. So TJ, you asked me how my day is going, and I'm having an awful day. What do you think I'm going to do to you?
What are you going to do to me?
Yeah, well, not do to you, but what do you think my response is going to be like?
If I ask you if you're having a good day, and how are you doing today? Not very good.
Well, yeah. I mean, but what we've noticed, yes. So a lot of our customers, though, they're not going to just be blatant and be like, bro, I'm doing shitty. Because if they are, well, then they're obviously having a really, really, really bad day. But what I'm getting at here is let's open with a positive statement instead of opening with a question. So if I'm walking in the door and I am having a bad day and you ask me, hey, man, how's your day going? Well, I'm thinking about all this crap that just went on. My dog got hit by a car. I dropped my ice cream cone in the parking lot. I'm going to be like, oh, it's fine. I'm going to shut you down. I'm going to put my blinders on and walk right by you and go grab my protein. However, if I walk in the store and TJ's standing there with a smile on his face with his man bun all done up and he's like, bro, beautiful weather outside, isn't it? We set the standard. We're the consultants. They're walking in to come see us. So, Travis, I know that whenever you first started, one of the biggest things that we were having struggles with, just because you weren't used to the interaction that we offer, was that first 5 to 10 minute icebreaker, greeting them and walking up to them. So over time, what would you say was the easiest thing for you to adapt and then apply to where we were able to overcome that little roadblock?
I just took what Nicole said and treat them like they're in your own home.
Bingo. So, which brings me right into my next point. What's it called, Grant? Oxytocin. Bingo. What's oxytocin?
It is a natural hormone that your body produces whenever you're feeling trusting or happy or basically human interaction.
So, Anthony, what does that mean in layman's terms?
That means when other people feel like happiness or feel good around other people, that hormone's released and they're more likely to be happy.
Bingo. So we got a lot of different things that do that. And this is going to be a little philosophical with all this, but keep in mind, all we have is humans. So at the end of the day, why do we not just be nice and be happy with each other? Because if you walk in my store and you're a butthead, I'm going to make sure that you're happy because you're going to bring my mood down if you keep being a butthead to me all day. So that being said, smile, we greet them, we lead with that positive statement. Grant, I'm a brand new customer. I just walked into Corvallis. You did both of those things. What's the next thing you should probably do?
After the initial interaction?
Yep.
Like, it's just, I'm gonna shake your hand, tell you my name, and I'm gonna ask you your name.
Bingo. So Anthony walks in the store over here in wonderful Reno. I do the same thing. Anthony, actually, I don't know your name yet. What's your name, brother?
My name's Anthony.
Anthony, very nice to meet you. My name's Patrick.
Nice to meet you, brother.
So, how can I help you today? Have you been in here before?
No, this is my first time. I was at the donut shop next door. I thought I'd stop by.
Hey, man, donuts are absolutely wonderful. What's your favorite one to get over there?
Oh, well, I'm actually a vegan, so I like the vegan donuts.
Do those taste different than normal donuts?
No, they're better.
That's all. Hey, you know what? We actually have a donut flavored protein. Would you like to try it?
Sure.
So- So that little brief example, although cheesy, brings me into my next point. Something else that Josh is phenomenal at doing. So here in the near future, you guys are going to have to get used to seeing his face because he's probably going to lead a couple of how to interact on the sales floor. But smile, lead with a positive statement, handshake, introduce yourself, mention their name because it releases that hormone every single time you do those things. They build trust with you. We establish a relationship, and it makes our job that much easier to consult because they trust us. And then finally, we have frogs, right? Several different options. Family, recreation, occupation, goals, supplements. It's so hard to ask those questions because we don't really know how to construct them. So what I did with Anthony is he was doing recreation. Bro, I'm just buying some donuts. I related with him on the donuts. And that was our point of conversation. That's what I maximized. That's our relationship right there, which is my segue into building a more established friendship with him. So therefore the consultation that goes on in the store is going to be a lot more free. It's not going to be forced. So that's the purpose of frogs, is to have guidelines of topics for us to be able to build a relationship with, so that way the customer feels comfortable within our store and we can move into the pitches, so on and so forth. So one more time, just so it's pounded in everybody's head. 1 second, Grant. Smile, be friendly, open with a positive statement, shake their hand, and make sure that we find that topic and build that relationship with them that we both can relate to. But what's up, Grant?
So another thing, oxytocin, human interaction in general, socially, people really build trust when you ask them for favors. If you can help someone out, they feel like you trust them implicitly with whatever you're asking. So I have actually asked people in the past, would you do me a favor and come back in a week and to get on this InBody for me? I would love to know your results because I'm really excited about it. And they always have, every time.
Wonderful. So, and I mean, that's something that coincides just generally with permission marketing, which is, I know, something that we talk about all the time. You know, would you mind if I showed you a couple options? Are you open to suggestions? Because it's not aggressive. It's not slamming them in the face. We're not walking up and like, hey man, I know you said you want to cut body fat. Here you go. No, it's, hey, I know you said you want to cut body fat. Are you open to suggestions? Keep the smile on your face. So, awesome. Now, next thing that we're going to go into is the product pitches specifically. Now, we have a couple stores absolutely dominating this. Eugene's killing it. Ben's crushing it. Medford was actually hanging on there at the beginning of the month, but then saw a little bit of a dip, unfortunately. Travis is over there carrying the team on his back. And it was funny because he loves to sell Octane, but then I realized that he sold no Octane this month. It's just been straight L3 stacks and weight loss kits. So good job, Travis. Definitely killing it. But what we're looking at here within this perspective, starting off with Shred Stack, traditionally, Kennewick and Eugene has been able to pump these out the door. However, Eugene's starting off a little slower, and it looks like that we have Ben leading the pack because of Ian. But Brock's unfortunately not on this call. He does a phenomenal job building value within the products. He's already gotten 9 out the door, which is absolutely tremendous. So specifically what I'm looking for right now is one of you individuals that has done a phenomenal job month to date as far as moving to share your best practice. So TJ Fields, what you got for me, sir?
We have Shred Stack's popular here because we have something here every year called boat races, and it happens in August, and everybody will literally wait till July and then come in and just say, hey, we got boat races. So that's the main thing that we go to. And my pitch for Shred Stack is literally always been the same since I've been in Tulsa, and it's this is just our main kit that we have that will ultimately help you maintain your lean muscle, if not help you build muscle, but burn nothing but straight body fat. And then I go into the fact that Omega Shreds actually help bust up certain body fat, and your adrenalize will actually target that fat and use that as energy, so they work in conjunction with each other. And then the Omega Shreds also help maintain your lean muscle mass, so that when you are cutting weight and body fat, your muscle mass will not be involved in that.
Excellent.
And then if they want DR1 or not, then we go to that. But
Excellent. So, I mean, TJ did a phenomenal job building separation between the two on how they work independently, but then why they're so phenomenal together. So, the thing that I have to say about Shred Stack, though, is we've continued to train this almost at least twice a month continuously. And we've all reached a point to where it doesn't matter who we ask about the pitch, they're all going to be very, very similar. It's all, look, man, we have your Adrenalize, breaks up stubborn fat. It's going to increase your core temperature so you burn extra calories. Omega Shred targets bad fat cells, make sure that we break those up, shrink it up, so that way the Adrenalize is a lot more effective, and it preserves your muscle, because the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn. It's time to tweak it. We got to evolve it, we have to make it unique, and we have to make sure that we build and start with that relationship to where the individual is comfortable asking and responding to the questions that we're shooting for. So a little bit of a switched up one. Josh helped us kind of work on the verbiage a little bit to where it's still direct, but it helps get more explosive and powerful words into the customer's mind. Shred Stack provides focused energy and prevents fatigue from low calories. So, Grant, would you agree that this is more for your individuals that already know what they're doing in the gym?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great, bingo. So if I'm trying to cut up for my boat races out there in Kennewick, I'm probably switching up my diet. Little lethargic. I'm not getting as much food as I normally am because I'm trying to just get it down as much as possible so I can have my six-pack for the girls. Well, that's the cool thing about the Adrenalize that's in here is it's going to help supply consistent energy to you all day. So that way you can still hit the gym just as hard. You'll still stay focused and crush your finals before summer, and you're still going to be able to rock out at work. In addition, we also have your Omega Shreds, which is going to actually train your body to utilize the bad fat on your body for energy. In addition, because of that, it's going to help preserve your muscle mass. So in turn, we're cutting the body fat, getting you shredded, bringing out the muscle definition. So Anthony, at the end of the day, I could have a stellar pitch. I could be a phenomenal salesman. I can do all the good things to get the program out the door. But do you think I'm going to buy shit if I don't trust you?
Oh, no.
No. So how do we establish trust?
Treating people like people.
That's right.
I mean, you know, smiling, like you said, making them comfortable. I mean, we've had multiple instances here where people come in, they're not supplement people, but they come in just to chat and see us. So that's what it's about. I mean, ultimately, it's not about this. It's, you know, if you build those relationships, they'll follow you. So
Perfect.
whatever you recommend.
Travis, I know that whenever you started working with us, you tried a couple products and you've seen tremendous results with them. What's been your favorite one so far?
I definitely love the Shred Stack. I lost 14 pounds of fat off of it.
Oh!
Without cardio.
Without cardio. So Travis just blew up the results
That's it.
off the Shred Stack. So that just further enforces the fact our programs work. And that's why it's so important that we're getting those to our customers. It's not a factor of, hey guys, I need you to raise your kit percent. It's a factor of, look, this is the most beneficial product that we have in the store that's going to deliver those results, especially if we follow the meal plan that we're help delivering to them. We let them know, look, man, I'm going to reschedule you so that way you don't have to remember to come in. I would love it if you didn't mind stopping in so that way we can track your results, because I want to make sure that you're getting the best bang for your buck, that you're investing with us and not shooting from the hip. So, Travis, very briefly for us, what kind of customer is this product for?
Anyone who's really just trying to lean out, keep your muscle. Anyone that's actually just trying to lean out, I guess, cut, lose the fat, the stubborn fat, definitely.
Perfect.
I definitely felt my love handles go down.
Get the love handles down. Great. So something unique about the Adrenalize in comparison to all the other fat burners we have in the store is it does have that green tea leaf extract I continue to reiterate on, which as we have more in a concentrated form with the green tones, has been clinically proven to break up stubborn fat into smaller pieces. So once more, we can aid in that aspect with the people that already know what they're doing. Like, look, man, I know you're crushing it in the gym. This Adrenalize is just going to help even more because all that work that you're doing, we're taking the fat from being this big to only this big. So that way we get it out a lot easier. So cool. Next one I want to look into, because I'm going to toot my own horn here, but TJ, I'm spanking you in L3 stacks. What are you doing, brother?
it.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
So, L3 stacks, phenomenal because it works with testosterone. So, Anthony, does testosterone only help me with putting on muscle mass?
No.
No. Testosterone helps me with natural energy. It helps me with recovery. It helps with cutting body fat. It helps with repairing muscle. It helps with repairing injuries even. All sorts of benefits that comes out of it. So that being said, we shouldn't be just tailoring it towards the people that are just looking for energy. Or, sorry, just looking for muscle mass. Now, in addition, Matt, do you think that these L3 stacks are just for people in their 20s and teenagers?
Definitely not. I had a customer come in, probably for the first time like 2.5 months ago. He was an older gentleman. He's like 70. He said he was 75. And I've got him up on the InBody, like 4 pounds of muscle mass. He's down like 4% body fat. So it's not just for the young guys. It's for anybody that's looking to add some muscle. And it also helps with lifestyle. Like he said, he's gaining energy, endurance in the gym, things like that. So it's not just for someone that's young.
So, Taylor, I mean, it's very prevalent that you are a sports nutrition oriented guy. So the reason why I bring this topic up is make sure that we're never just blinding ourselves to all the opportunity that exists around us. I've sold the MassX L3 stack combination to countless men in their 50s that absolutely love the results that they get off of it, because by establishing that friendly relationship with me that they trust, so that way they know I'm being honest with them, I'm able to figure out, no man, you don't want a stimulant. It's probably going to make you feel way too weird throughout the day. I know your meals aren't 100% solid. So this is actually going to be the best thing for you because it has a very strong blend to help increase your testosterone. So therefore, with the Terminus, we're going to help boost and add and have your body producing more testosterone. So therefore, your recovery time is going to drop. Your natural energy is going to increase. You're going to feel a lot better in general. And it's going to give you a very good competitive edge when it comes to what you're already doing in the gym. Also, though, at night, we have that Oxternal that's going to help you recover. It's going to actually aid in metabolizing the bad fat for that recovery while you're sleeping. And it's going to help improve your quality of sleep and get you in a better cycle. But the main guy doing the work, which I'm actually able to give you for free, is this MassX. You're going to watch your body fat drop. You're going to feel significantly better, stronger, and have more endurance in the gym. So let's make sure that and the thing is, guys, and I know I keep reiterating it, but I'm trying to pound it in your guys' heads because for those of the individuals that are not on this call, Travis, Andreas isn't on here right now. So it is my expectation for you to take any newly acquired knowledge that you have and share it with Andreas. Because if we all want to be making more money, if we want to blow the West Coast up, we have to invest in each one of our team members. But at the end of the day, we can't make this happen unless we smile, lead with a positive attitude, handshake, all the goodness. But so, Anthony, do me a favor from the pitching perspective. First off, how much are these boxes?
$129.99.
Wrong.
150.
$119.99.
Wrong.
$150. It went up again.
159. So I know in the Oregon market we are pricing things a little bit differently. That has been corrected as of probably 2 weeks ago. So they are right back to that 159. Please walk out into the floor after this call. Make sure that everything's priced correctly so that way we don't have a
We
bad
already did that,
experience.
Patrick. We priced them.
Golden. So, Anthony, Matt just hopped up a spot.
Strike one, I guess.
Hey, I had a question, Patrick, though. You said you can do a free MassX with L3 stack.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's not the right price point. Is that just a promo? Is that like a CN savings or something?
So are you talking about as far as I know as far as price, but as far as what we're allowed to do with progressions goes?
Yeah, because like I thought in kits that the free item had to be under the lowest price point.
Okay, so Eugene's about to have an insane increase of these L3 stacks. So yes, you are 100% correct. But since we are out of the hardcore mass and hardcore lean, and we cannot properly follow those progressions, ATS products can be given away for free with the purchase of the 159 program.
Boom, it's gonna go up.
Boom, golden.
Nice.
So I know each one of the stores have a lot of different options as well. So make sure you're working with your managers on what's going to be more specific. So for example, your MassX is 100% oriented towards size, strength, and explosive energy. They're going to get thick, it's going to be big, it's going to be bulky. However, if we're working more with a product that's like Alpha 1T, they're going to see a decrease in body fat. They're going to gain only maybe about 3 to 5 pounds of dense muscle, but primarily it's going to be dry, explosive, endurance-oriented mass. And then if we're looking at a product like Solid, it's going to cut body fat, promote lean muscle mass, but overall act as a muscle diuretic and dry them out to give them more of a cut look. So different products doing a lot of different perspectives, and that option of, okay, well, 20-year-old individual that's just passionate about lifting, that wants to throw on some weight, and male that wants to cut body fat, so on and so forth, just expanded into so much more. So for example, Anthony, I'm a power lifter. I'm a heavy freaking eater. I don't care what my body composition looks like. I just want to get some freaking weight up. Are you going to sell me Mass X? Or are you going to sell me Anabolic King?
Mass X.
Golden. Golden, golden, golden. So we got to work with each other, make sure that we're creating that separation. So to go back to what I was talking about, Anthony, what's the biggest difference between these two programs?
The biggest difference is that the Precept has the aromatase inhibitor in it, which will prevent excess estrogen conversion. The Terminus is just a test booster, but it actually elevates your test levels in 7 days. So you're going to have that immediate effect.
Perfect. So this guy, Precept, brand new customer. My friend told me about Taze. I have my Taze. I loves it. I got a little bit of extra money to burn. You walked me through the InBody already. I pointed out to you that I have a powerlifting competition coming up here very shortly that I would absolutely love to help dominate. I'm eating plenty of food, and I need to have practical muscle. I need to stay flexible. So in your mind, you're thinking about the Precept box already. I don't want a pro hormone because I don't want to deal with any of that, but I do want this. How do we build value specifically to the advantages of the Precept with what I just told you and my Taze?
After the InBody, what I would say after we got the InBody out is, and talk to them, I understand all your goals and everything. I kind of have something in mind if you're open. If you're open to check it out, I have something in mind that would really help your overall total on the platform go up.
Yeah.
If they said yes, I would take them to the Precept. I would say, because a lot of the movements you've probably got down already, this is going to help with that explosiveness out of the hole. The Precept is going to help you be a lot more mobile too. But since we're getting close to the competition, the Oxternal is going to help with that recovery aspect of your tendons, ligaments, your joints as well. And it's just going to help boost those hormone levels at night as we get closer to the competition.
Now, why are you showing me this red one instead of this green one?
So the green, so the Terminus, I would recommend taking the Terminus if you're in like a volume phase where you're really pushing reps and sets and really trying to put on as much mass as you can. Because we're getting close to the competition, you're in the strength block, you're in the peaking phase. You really want to dial it in, and the Precept's going to help with that kind of mobile type of muscle. Whereas Terminus is really going to pack it on for you, so you're going to get a lot bigger.
Perfect. So I'm going to commend Anthony here, because how often have you guys been looking at these GroupMe conversations and 90% of the words that Anthony types out on there you don't understand? Just raise your hand. Yeah, bingo. Everybody. So that being said, though, even though Anthony has a tremendous amount of knowledge and application behind a lot of the product blends that we offer, when consulting with the customers, he understands that it has to be benefit-oriented, specific to their lifestyle. And then when I start asking the questions on, well, why this and not this, and how this and how that, that's when he chooses to start seeping that information in to where I better understand the application in my everyday life. Because we don't want to overwhelm the customer with information that they don't understand. Otherwise, we lose sight of the practicality behind it. Because at the end of the day, we're not physicists. We don't make the products. We're the ones selling them and attempting to help better everybody else's lives. So, Travis, how much are these guys?
The Precept was what, $159.99?
Yep. How much is the Terminus Oxternal?
119.99.
Both are $159.99.
Oh, they are both okay.
Perfect. Travis, one more time for me. How much is the shred stack?
119.99.
Bingo. What would be your enhancement product? Like, you know what, man?
I would put DR1 on there because that's what I also used for that, and I saw great results from it.
So what's the benefit that I'd be able to utilize out of DR1?
It's gonna help dry you out. You're not gonna retain as much water, and it's also gonna help with that lean mass gains.
Perfect. So, Anthony, do you mind sharing a couple additional perspectives that Travis could use in the future for DR1 on terms of advantages I get out of it?
Yeah, sure. He pretty much nailed it. It's gonna increase free testosterone, which is what we use, in everyday life during exercise, things like that. It has a diuretic in there, so if you're looking to drop some water weight or even just have a lot more dense looking muscles, the DR1's good for that. You're also going to have a huge mood enhancement as well. Since you're cutting weight, I know I've been cutting for a while, and my mood slowly starts to decline. So the DR1, can really help boost your mood and your overall outlook on things.
Perfect. So also with DR1, you get a phenomenal pump off of it. Like it's absolutely tremendous. So that's also a good advantage, especially if we're going for that leaned out dry look. If I know that I'm vascular all the time and I'm feeling great, I'm going to love taking my shirt off at the beach. Except for the fact that I have a pooch right now, so that's great.
Same.
Yeah, but you have beautiful hair. It makes it all right. So,
Yep.
Travis, one more time. How much is this guy?
119.99.
How much are these guys?
159.99.
What kind of products can I get for free with these?
You get the Mass X.
Yep. Give me any ATS product for free. Now, for those of you stores that have Soto in your store still, all of those are automatically going to ring up half off. Anthony, I know that you can go nuts on how to add on that IGF to protein sales, immense sales, any of that. And I know that I'm going on a segue. We're talking about kits and programs here. But immense for your teenage males, even females that need to gain a lot of weight. With the InBody readout, I've noticed that on average, everybody for their snack, they're falling about 380, 400 calories. So that being said, scooping a quart of immense, they are golden. So we can build value very, very quickly in, look, man, I know it's hard for you to get your meals in. Cool thing about immense is it has a very good creatine blend. It has a phenomenal arginine blend for shuttling the nutrients into your system. It has a pretty decent blend of multi-minerals as well, just to help take care of that base that you need within your body. And it also has a broad range blend of protein in it, so that way we can make sure you're absorbing it and utilizing it. This will help you hit your caloric intake. Go ahead and still use your Annex as your post-workout, because that's going to supply that instant recovery that your muscle needs to rebuild. So that way, over time, each and every day, come back in 2 weeks, I'm going to show you that your muscle mass is going up. So don't forget about that immense. I've noticed that the movement on it has slowed down considerably lately. Yes, Grant.
What's an upsell with immense, like alongside immense? Because we've got, I don't even know how many high school and college kids that are taking immense, but because you get the creatine in there as well, which is normally something that I get them on, I found that the hardest people to build value in with like the omega shreds and multis are going to be young males, and they will not do anything aside from immense because it pretty well covers them.
Okay, so first off, verbiage is everything. Always remember that. And the reason why I say it is because we have bonus buys, right? We see it all the time. It's on the Ranker, bonus buys. It's on our progression sheets, unfortunately. They're not bonus buys. They're enhancement products. So let's get some 3 tests. Let's shrink wrap it to the top of that immense. Let them know, look, man, this is going to allow you to maximize the testosterone that exists in your body. We're going to make sure that you're not retaining a lot of water weight. So as you're putting on the muscle, it's going to be visible. You're going to be able to see it. But then in addition, since I'm boosting your free testosterone in a short amount of time, the way that you're breaking down and absorbing the effects of the immense is going to be significantly more enhanced. We're going to be able to get you a little bit better results. And by the way, it's half off with your purchase of anything in the mass project. So a couple little tools and tweaks. Verbiage is everything because it helps me make a better association in my mind. And then also by building value, as I continue to reiterate, in a product before we let them know it's at a discount, the customer understands how it's going to apply to their everyday life, and we're not salesmen. Does that help out a little bit?
Thank you very much.
Cool. Anthony, or actually Matt, you're just kicking back.
Yes.
Do you have any other suggestions on terms of immense add-ons?
I like to go with creatine a lot of the time, just because a lot of the times it's like we're here to about athletes that are coming in for the immense, or they can't really take a whole lot of things in the glass case or anything. Another good one is the complete active is usually what I go to. Just because those are some things that are going to help them overall because of the recovery aspect and just the filling their deficiencies for energy.
And we've had a couple of kids that, I say kids, they're older than me, take immense, but it was alongside a stack, right? So they're either doing L3 and they picked up immense on top of that because that was like kind of pretty all-inclusive. I don't know, like, because there's like 16 grams of creatine in 3 scoops of immense in a full serving, and it's a complex too. So I've had people do it before that just want to really go ham on creatine. And the people that have tried the immense with like a stack are almost always on a multi as well, and they like it a lot. But just adding on the multi initially when they're just going from one immense has been difficult for me.
And guys, we have an insane amount of tools at our fingertips to help build value in everything that we're doing. So I'm not in the stores with you, so I can't monitor it, nor can I tell you, hey, you have to do this, because then that affects your selling style. It's not unique to you any longer. But an example of a phenomenal tool, Grant, if you sell one of your buddies 3 tests with immense and he sees great results, witnesses on the in-body, strength goes up, there's videos, print that in-body sheet up, take a before and after photo with him, laminate that. I was going to cuss. Laminate that. And then moving forward, you now have an additional tool that you're comfortable with, that you're being genuine about because you have the actual evidence that this is working for the dude's body. So when we walk into a similar scenario, you present it right there. You're golden. So
one thing I was going to say about the immense, another good add-on, if you can't go with like a multi, is go with Fortify. Because before their workout, if they're going with Fortify and during, they're going to be pulling from those carbs. You're going to be able to put on a little bit more size. And it's actually a relatively inexpensive product. So for those younger guys, that's a big deal.
You can even for calories go with like less immense potentially, so that way you're doing immense and fortified together, and they're both lasting a little bit longer. And so that way when they're coming in each time, there's a little bit more justification for the club. But everyone is buying immense repeatedly is on the club. Don't worry about it.
TJ, I am heavily caffeinated all day, all the time. And so before I go to bed, because I can only work out at like 11 o'clock and then I go to bed at midnight, what is a very, very good combination of products that has no stimulants in it that I can utilize as a pre-workout, and why?
The Elite Stack, I believe, would be a good one. That's actually what I take pre-workout. I do 365 and 3NX6. I mean, we all know the breakdowns about it, but your blood flow is freaking awesome. Your pumps are ridiculous. I'm not a vascular guy, and I swear every time I take NX6, I have road maps on my forearms, which is great. My endurance skyrockets. So those are all good. Hemonox is another good one that we just got in that everybody seems to like here.
TJ, don't say that. You only have that because you guys sell a lot of stuff.
Well, it's great, so you all should ask for it.
So further emphasizes the point of, look, man, yeah, this helps me with mass. This helps with putting on muscle, strength, all of the above. However, this is also a phenomenal alternative to pre-workout. So we don't want to put blinders on to those styles of customers that could benefit from this. And what do you know? It's still a program. It's something that we offer to help deliver tremendous results. Another good one, Travis, just because I'm not sure if you've ran into this kind of scenario before, but with those key phrases, if somebody says, oh, I can't handle very many stimulants, I need to put on size, I work out late in the evening, whatever the situation is, Fortify plus NX6 is a phenomenal combination. It gets
I
you.
use that, and I love it.
Yep.
Especially during biceps, just feels like muscles gonna rip out.
Just feeling nasty. It's great. Taylor, how much is this guy?
That is,
Which deal?
yeah,
Just the with the Omega Shred. How much is it, and what do I get for free?
that is $129.99, and you are getting an uptake for free.
This is correct. Travis, have you ever been stuck before with figuring out how to build value in the CX5 between a monohydrate or a powder with the customer?
Normally I don't really get stuck with it. I just tell them how I used to do it, kind of what I got from experience. Where normally whenever I take pills, I don't bloat at all, and whenever I take powder, I bloat like a pregnant lady.
Like a pregnant lady. Wonderful. So the reason why I bring this up, and if you haven't ran into this area before, I know that all of you guys have, but if you haven't, it's gonna happen. They're gonna flip the CX5 over, see that it's $60, and be like, whoa, I can get 40 servings of a monohydrate for like $12. So do we all agree that this is just a phenomenal product, though? Yeah. So, like, when I take CX5 consistently, I cannot finish my back days, legitimately. Like, it just hurts too much. I ache because the pump is nasty. So, that being said, as Travis previously explained with Shred Stacks, I'm sure he's going to sell a hell of a lot of Shred Stacks because he's utilizing his personal experience and the customer understands that it's genuine, especially if you flash those before and afters, which that's not conceded to do, just so you guys know. Definitely do it, because whenever I first hopped on the Mass X Gains train, I think that's the most I've ever sold those programs. But CX5, Anthony, how can we build value in this guy? What is so unique about this product?
Well, the one unique thing is that it has a multiple different levels of absorption with the creatine. So you have every type of creatine in there that you can think of. Another thing is that you take them before and after your workout, which at least I don't get too technical, but in the research it shows that before and after creatine consumption leads to better gains. And yeah, that's all I can think of. It's
Solid.
creatine. I mean, you should be taking it if you're a sports nutrition athlete. You should take it.
Creatine is literally the biggest building block of supplementation that has sustained the test of time, that almost everyone sees results from, and if they don't, you are not doing it right. But Grant, what's up?
Actually, I had a question for Anthony. Anthony, have you come across any moms specifically that say creatine is going to give your kids cancer? Because we've got that. And I didn't know enough to actually explain away why they need to be doing this anyway and why it's not going to give them cancer. But they were really terrified of creatine and had heard all these horror stories, I'm sure.
Yeah. I just ask questions to people like, why do you think it causes cancer? Oh, because of this. Oh, okay, well, where'd you hear that from? Dr. Oz. Okay, well, you can disregard it, you know. But, yeah, I mean, I don't want to, for the purpose of this video, like, if you want to chat after, we can talk, but it's like, creatine, I mean, in the elderly, at least, it improves their cognition, and it could even protect you against cancer, I would imagine, so.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, we always just say it's natural. I mean, you can eat 17 pounds of tuna and get the same thing, but you also don't want mercury poison.
Yeah. Yeah, cancer is caused by other things. I mean, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys never cap yourselves out, because I mean there's a lot of information that I don't know, and I mean I'll always admit that to you guys. That's why I ask you guys questions, because I know you have the knowledge and I'd like to learn some of it too. But that being said, if I have Johnny and his mother in here, I'm probably going to talk about creatine in a much more fashionable way to her, speak directly to her, since she's probably going to be the one buying it, versus if Johnny was in here on her own or on his own. So, man, the benefits of creatine, especially this kind, it has 5 different sources. So that means that your son has numerous places he can pull from that his body will actually be able to utilize and absorb inside his muscle. So since it's also in capsule form and it's broken down into those small digestible fashions, it's going to get in his body really easy, and then it's going to go out just as easy as well. So that means we don't have to deal with that stigma associated with any liver processing or having to load like a lot of creatines are that you read. But then in addition, creatine is actually really good for the recovery side of things because it helps retain that water inside of his muscle. So all the nutrients he's absorbing through his meals or that complete active multivitamin he's taking, his muscle's actually going to be able to absorb it because it keeps it there. And then also over time, this is going to help him maintain his weight because this will increase muscle mass, which is allow his body to utilize more body fat for natural energy. And it's going to be a lot easier for him to sustain his endurance while he's doing his sports, as well as to help make sure that we're repairing and building muscle mass over time. So we got another product in here. Yes, Anthony.
Quickly, a lot of people come into here looking, yeah, I'm just looking for creatine monohydrate. When you ask them why, they'll say, oh, I just heard that's the best form. Like, it doesn't matter what, like, the form doesn't matter as long as you're being saturated. And I've noticed that once when I tell people that, they're like, I've had a lot of Creop sales this month, for example, because the type doesn't matter. It's all about like getting saturated. And with the different levels of absorption, you can ensure that you don't have to load it because you'll be saturated quicker. And that it's not just monohydrate that's beneficial.
So you guys can see my screen, right? Okay,
Yep.
So I'm going to do a demonstration here real quick. This side is going to be your muscle. This is a monohydrate. This side is going to be your muscle, and this will be your CX5. So if I'm working with a monohydrate, these are my creatine cells. If I'm working with CX5, which is broken down into several different forms, these are my cells, right? So imagine all of that being packed into my muscle, just completely filled up in this nice little circle here. So as soon as I start upping my water intake through the roof, and it absorbs it and swells up, well, I still have all this gray space that's not being utilized. Grant, where are the rest of these cells being held?
The muscle cells?
No, the creatine, sorry.
Oh, underneath your skin.
Bingo, underneath my skin, around my muscle, I look bloated, I look like a water buffalo. I don't want that. So therefore, with CX5, we don't have all this gray area. So we're going to get the most amount of volume out of this product than any other creatine that we have. In addition, you don't have to deal with being bloated because we're shoving all of this into the muscle because it's micronized, it's tiny, you can actually absorb it. So it's a significantly higher quality, it's going to yield better results, it's not liver intensive, all of the above. So TJ, just to further elaborate, if you were straight out pitching it, so no, well, I would ask this, I would ask that. If it was a straight out pitch, I always get my NX6 because, bro, I'm all about the pump. How do we build value between these two?
I just say that so if you consistently pick up NX6, I would ask if you ever thought about fake creatine. They say no. Say they were actually made to be taken together because the NX6 does help increase blood flow, so it'll actually shuttle around that creatine to whatever you're hitting. Therefore, it helps increase your gains. Your pumps are ridiculous. It helps shuttle nutrients around your system, so they work really well together. And my favorite thing about 6.5 is it's because it's not all monohydrate. When you come off, you don't lose 7 pounds. So a lot of it's ground, so it actually lubes your joints, which therefore makes you stronger and stuff like that. So
Perfect. Grant, how much is the bottom tier progression for the Elite Gold Stack?
It is $89.99.
$89.99. How many dollars off is that? It's 40 bucks off, correct? Cool. Elite Gold Stack. So, guys, this is some low-hanging fruit. Like, insanely low-hanging fruit. And based off of the movements, and and I was nice, and I didn't pull the movement of the other regions. We were getting spanked. But, and the thing is too, is we see about the same amount of tickets as everybody else. So at the end of the day, it's not, just to reiterate, it's not a factor of, hey, let's move some more kits, stuff like that. It's a factor of what's going to yield the best results for these individuals coming in. Do you want to give them that kickstart that they're looking for? Are we going to accelerate the results? Are we going to use the enhancement products to help make sure that they're solidifying their gains? So on and so forth. But currently Mr. Marston, Austin, Whitted over there in Spokane, and then, or AJ Bain, my bad. Currently leading the pack. Ron's also running Eugene. But we're running out of time. And I went over the low-hanging fruit, so the lower dollar that we have within the store, so it should be easy to transition into. But I do want to point one thing out. Eugene is the only crew that has sold any CTS this month. And that is our money maker. That is 15 pounds right there. That's transformation that several of our customers are missing out on. So stay conscious. Yes, TJ?
When did you pull these?
This morning.
What's the fusion on there?
Yeah, because I sold 2 kits yesterday.
Okay, so there we go.
Is it ringing up different?
Two. So a couple of the stores have separate SKUs. I think Eugene actually was the only problem with that, so that's my bad. I jumped the gun there a little bit. But in the same sense, even if we include this low return here, Eugene's spanking everybody. But that's basically it. I'm going to give you guys a challenge because obviously I'm on the floor working over here in Reno. But I should not, with all my other job duties, be leading this number right here. So TJ, I'm coming after you specifically. Anthony
You have
will
the
get
biggest muscles.
He's the one flexing on you.
He's got the most sales too, or most tickets.
So we got this rolling, but Travis, how much is this?
It was. I'm pulling a blank here.
You're good. So if we purchase it with the Omega Shred, it's $149.99. Get a free uptake. If we do it without the Omega Shred, it's actually $40 off. So that way, you know, that NX6 customer has a tremendous opportunity of savings to try the CX5 out, see how it works with the results. That brings it down to $89.99. How much is this guy?
$119.99.
Yee! How much is this guy?
$159.99.
Perfect. Do you know how much? Do you know what deals are on the CN savings right now?
I'm still getting caught up from whenever I came back.
Oh, that's right. Travis had a little surgery. I think, you just got back a couple days ago, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Anthony, what additions were made to the CN savings this month?
Cleanses are 50% off.
Yep.
The gold tone was added for 50% off with any purchase.
Yep.
If there's another one, it's slipping my mind.
Shakers are for everyone.
That's it. Yep.
Oh.
Shakers for everyone, not club exclusive.
Yeah.
Grant, what's going on with the
Yeah.
reclaim?
What do you mean?
Oh,
The impressions?
We have something, the reclaim products.
Oh, buy one get one half.
Bingo. So if I buy one multi-pure Go and I want another multi-pure Go, how much is that second one half off?
It is taking off the EDLP price, and it actually is going to bring it down to half of $34.99.
$17.50. So huge advantage out the gate, guys, with those products. A, we know they're sticky products. We know people can benefit them from a daily basis. They feel that multi-pure Go. It's 125 mgs of caffeine. It actually might be a little bit more. So just a little bit more in a cup of coffee. So that way they're still getting a boost, but it's not too much. You get your benefit from all your greens, all your leafy vegetables and your super fruits, which is also going to help supply natural energy. And then, Anthony, have you tried adding on Purify to any of your protein sales like we were talking about on the phone?
Yeah, I tried once. His mother was a nurse, and she was like, "I've been telling him this for years about the
Cool.
probiotics."
So,
They didn't pick one up, but because they had some already. But yeah, I've been.
so just to kind of reiterate, me and Anthony were trying to figure out, what unique kinds of products can we help build value in for all types of customers. So specific to a sports nutrition, we were talking about VCore, and for all the individuals that kind of shut you down because they're more general health, like, no man, I'm just doing it for my post. I don't really want to put on muscle or anything like that. Have you ever heard of Purify before? Like, how does the protein sit in your stomach? Do you feel like you're absorbing it well? Do you ever feel bloated or gassy? Well, if they say yes, I have a phenomenal product. It's Purify. It's right over here. If you take it consistently, it's going to help consistently flush your body very gently of any toxins you're building up. But it also has a good little probiotic base to it. So if you take it consistently, it's going to aid your body in your gut in breaking down that protein on an everyday basis and actually absorbing it. So that way you can maximize it for your muscle recovery and growth. So, yes, TJ.
So, does Prohydrolase not do that? Or
So VCore here shortly, when it gets rebranded into the Ignite series, is not going to have the Prohydrolase in it. Cool. So, cool. Program movement. Please get with your managers, and just for a base knowledge, ask them, see where we're sitting in comparison to the other regions. Obviously, on reports, whenever you guys pull up your own information, you can see where your program percentage is sitting. And just to reiterate one more time, I'm a new customer or I'm a returning customer. Make me feel comfortable. Be my friend, because otherwise, nothing's going to happen. So smile, handshake. Don't give them a hug because sometimes that's weird. And frogs, yeah, Travis, he's like, I tried that last week. Frogs, it's not something that we want to run through. Like, oh, damn it, I don't know anything about their family. Hey, what do you do for fun? Oh, cool, you go to the park. That's awesome. Hey, what are your goals? That's not the premise that exists there. It's that greeting, that handshake. My name's Patrick. Oh, hey, dude, I love donuts. That's awesome. Find that connection that you're able to relate with them because that's your in. And that's how we kickstart that relationship, and that's how people keep coming back. But cool. Any questions about any programs, any struggles that anyone's been running into?
I'm just gonna say, whenever you get surgery, you get a lot of sympathy, and they get those sales.
Sympathy sales.
Sympathy sales.
Are we all gonna start walking around with like boots on and stuff? Because
I mean,
Maybe-
I'd prefer not to, but actually, you know what? The neck brace will probably be real good. Like, that's an effective one.
Look too, yeah. I think that's styling now.
But
Even with the hipster, at least here in town.
if we start wearing braces and stuff, we got to buy TJ some of those elastic bands so he can get a pump on before he goes and talks to the custies.
I'm still waiting for those dumbbells to get here.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Taylor, what's one thing that you learned today, sir?
I learned a lot, especially when it comes to all the test boosters. Grant hadn't shared that information yet with me about all the free tests, the 3 different styles of, freeing tests, adding tests, and telling your body to produce more tests. So that would be what I learned today.
So I'm gonna hack at you real quick, but I don't want to ask Nicole to have to take notes for us every single time, so that way we can keep information. So moving forward, man, yeah, bingo. Let's make sure we're taking notes, because everybody has their own styles of learning curves, and I'd prefer you guys to, yes! There we go. Anthony, what's your
Yes,
main
sir.
initiative? What are you shooting for this week?
Please repeat that.
What is your main initiative? What are you shooting for this week?
Build great relationships with people.
Build beautiful relationships. Let's blast some
which
Facebook.
which I do already. So Transitional statements are big for me, so we'll work on that. I'll work on that with Ron. We'll get some different situational training going.
Cool. And I know not everyone enjoys it, but role playing, it does a lot of good. It really does. Travis, what's your plan of action, sir? What's the first thing you're going to do when you step out on that floor today?
Just wait for my customer to get in. But I'm just gonna look to get them on the in-body and go from there. Help them out.
Perfect. Nicole, I know you've been taking notes. So what's a big takeaway that you have for each and every one of us?
Well, I think just the main thing is like obviously really focus on becoming friends first with the customer, because then they're more likely to absorb anything and everything you're saying. If you go into the benefits of something, it really doesn't matter how beneficial it sounds if they don't trust you.
Correct. Spot on. TJ, what about you, sir?
I think I got a lot of stuff out of it, but I think the most that's going to benefit me is actually smiling. I'm kind of a chill guy, so when I see somebody, I'm kind of just like, hey, what's up? So I think really smiling and being like, hey, that might help me out. Hey,
Yes!
Hey.
TJ, dude, that's the most excitement I've ever seen. That's
You're
wonderful.
welcome.
It's like, I remember the day that I got a yee out of Anthony. I like crapped my pants. He's awesome. Let's go kill it, guys. If you need anything, reach out. I will be here in Reno until the 3rd of next month. I'll be on the floor every single day. So if you guys run into any weird situations or have a phenomenal pitch that you discovered or something along those lines, shoot out in that All-Store West Coast. Let's start talking about it. But Travis, I expect you to educate Mr. Andreas whenever he gets in. Cool. Anthony, what's up?
On Complete Nutrition's website, you can look up any product, and there's literally like 3 selling points, and then there's descriptions of those ingredients in there. So go check it out. It's really helpful. Maybe not every product, but most of the ones that are relevant to us now, So go check that out.
Cool. Grant.
The more you know.
ELE, everybody love everybody.
ELE. Alrighty, guys. I will chat with you all later.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you guys
Don't
for
do
your
drugs.
time. I know you'd rather be on the floor, so thank you.
Only the pharmaceutical ones.
Those aren't as fun.
Deuces.